Candle Cove is one of the most legendary creepypastas ever written, and is perhaps the most famous lost episode pasta of all time. The story is told through a blog where users share their memories about some disturbing low-budget pirate show for children that aired in the 70s. The tale starts with a user named SkyShale033 asking other people on the Net Nostalgia website about a show called Candle Cove that apparently aired around 1971 to 1972 late in the afternoon. He lived in Ohio, and apparently the show was local to the region of the United States he lived in only. Shortly after he posts this, other adults, both boys and girls, reply stating that they also remember the show. From a common consensus, the premise of Candle Cove was that a girl named Janice used her creative imagination in order to pretend she was going on adventures with pirates. Her best friend on the journey was known as Pirate Percy, who wasn't a very good captain as he easily got scared all the time. The odd thing about Percy was that he seemed to be a puppet comprised of other parts of dolls stitched together, especially when seeing his worn-out porcelain head attached to the rest of his fabric body. The ship they sailed on was called the Laughingstock, and was a boat with a face at the bottom of the bow. The face was made of wood, and the lower half of its jaw was submerged under the ocean, making it seem as if the Laughingstock was chewing on the sea. It had a very creepy laugh, and would constantly switch between different effects models of plastic and foam. Then, Candle Cove got really freaky with the debut of the show's villain. He was called the Skin Taker, and was depicted as a skeleton marionette who wore a top hat and a cloak. His mouth didn't open or close, but instead, the Skin Taker's teeth just kept on sliding from side to side. When Janice asked the Skin Taker why he did so, he replied with, "To grind your skin." This villain also had a sidekick who was little more than a puppet with a mustache and a monocle named Horrible Horace. Percy's adventures would be nothing too exciting, seeing as how Candle Cove was intended for a very young audience and had little money put into it. But whether it was seeing Percy, Janice, and the Laughingstock ship travel into a spooky cave, or seeing the Skin Taker again, the series gave off a rather frightening and all-around creepy feel. The feeling of fright climaxed into flat-out terror when the infamous Screaming episode was shown. This Screaming episode consisted of nothing but the camera cutting to each individual character screaming while seeing Janice crying from time to time. This screaming lasted for many seconds until the television eventually cut to static. In the final blog post, a woman writes about visiting her mother in a nursing home and asking the parent about the show, which the daughter saw around the age of 8 or 9. Even in her 70s, the mother is still able to recall her daughter seeing the pirate adventure, and when the daughter asks how she remembers, the parent responds with, "Because I used to think it was so strange that you said, 'I'm going to go watch Candle Cove now, Mom,' and then you would tune the TV to static and just watch dead air for 30 minutes. You had a big imagination with your little pirate show."